Okay. Yeah, I don't know where to put this shit. And y'all don't need to see my face, because I already have. But I'm doing GM mode for tonight. Doing some Madden free agent signings. I don't know where I need to put the camera. You know what? I'll just put the camera down here. We should be good for tonight. Okay, what's up, everybody? Doing live stream. Uh, uh, Prayers for Damar. I'll say that. Prayers for Damar. Prayers for Ken Block's family. Lost a great race car driver a couple days ago. Rest in peace, Mr. Ken Block. Prayers for Damar. I'm glad to see he's doing better. Okay, so as I get started on this, I did do some of this off camera. So I haven't signed any free agents for any teams though, because I'm just writing out their needs so far. Oh, we're gonna do a lot of their needs. So what I do is I write it on paper and stuff like that. Some people don't, but I do all this like general manager stuff because I'm really into it, and I'm really into it, so I like doing it. So if I don't see that the player is gonna get if he doesn't get better and I see that the player's progressing, then I cut him or trade him. So Kenya Drake, he's still really good at this age. So, and I think I just traded him to do a different team. Fullback, who uses fullbacks these days? 4 wide receivers sold. They need 2. Zachar, so they'll need to add another tight end in free agency. I'm not sure how much money the Cardinals have on cap right now, but the Cardinals should be fine for left tackle. Left guard should be. Oh, wait, back it up. Yeah, left guard. They're gonna need like an upgrade at left guard. This guy's 27, but they might need they'll need a center. And I did cut and trade some people last episode, so this is the episode where I write down the team needs, and then I should be able to get through this quickly because I did about half of it off camera, so didn't some of you get so the audience didn't have to deal with me doing it the most of the episode. If I see that this guy does not have speed and acceleration, then he's not worth keeping. So they need 2 DNs on the right side. Free agent works. D tackle. Okay, so he's got cap money, so I don't necessarily do not want to edit the player, go in the edit screen and take down his cap bonus money right now. I don't feel like it. But this guy's 27. He's got low speed, low acceleration, so I'm going to go ahead and release him from the team. There's way better D tackles out there on the free agent market. They need is a D tackle in the draft. I could still mark it down for free agency. Oh, you got a 32. You got Cam Thomas sitting right there, so you can definitely cut him. 32 years old. I don't think he's worth playing. He's a scheme fit too, but still, if you're 5.9 mil, you're making 5.9 mil, you're 3 million, and you owe that much cap, you can cut him. So, give Cam Thomas a chance. He did idolize J.J. Watt growing up, so he's kind of like a J.J. Watt kind of character, linebacker style. So give him a chance next season. You play these players, they're going to get better. You don't, that his rating goes up. you don't play him, he's not going to get better. That's what I'm trying to explain people. Like that's how I got some of my players to get better. Um, so two middle linebackers in a maximum on a team, you're supposed to have four, not like three. So that's how a team works in the NFL. And I wish Madden would upgrade the position terminology. It's supposed to be inside linebacker, not middle linebacker, because we're in 2023 by now, not 2005. Victor Demick is really good. I don't know why EA thinks he's a 65 overall. Chancey's Rivers, I'm going to cut him. He's not worth shit. He's worth probably a good human being, but his play is awful. Okay, so they got some solid young linebackers. I think probably just give them a chance. Okay, you need 5 defensive backs. If 6, yeah, 5 D backs. So you need 2 counting. So I would say free agency or the draft, depending on. You got Trayvon Mullen. I think that was a real trade. I'm not sure, but I'd have to check. I would at the maximum if your safety gets hurt, I would keep 3 safeties on the three free safeties on the field, 3 strong safeties on the field too. Isaiah Simmons is a linebacker and he's a safety, so he can play both positions. So he's very versatile. Buda Baker, he's a stud too. Yeah, so the Cardinals don't have a lot of draft picks, so they got to be really picky about their and free agency. So I'm gonna put this one in the folder right here, and then I'm gonna move on to the next team, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna go to. I already did most of these teams, so. Cliff Kingsbury. I'll give him one more year. If he doesn't put up a winning season, I'm gonna fire him and make a I'll put Mike LaFleur as the new head coach because he deserves a chance. Matt LaFleur's brother, but I don't want to. I don't want to put him in the AFC if I feel like Matt LaFleur's just gonna beat him in the playoffs every year. So maybe I'll put Mike LaFleur in the AFC and then Cliff Kingsbury gets fired and then somebody else will take over the Cardinals job, like Dan Tersoni or Nick Mooney. I was just thinking more like Eb Wick or something. Eb Wick could probably take over the Cardinals and turn them around into a playoff contender. I'll think about it. I haven't decided who's going to be the next Cardinals head coach because I run this league. I'm the commissioner. I'm the GM, all-time GM. So I am the Ravens head coach too in this. So I'll show you. Milt hired me to become the Ravens head coach in this league, so I'm the new Ravens head coach. Even though I'm the commissioner in this league. Okay, what are we on now? We're on Cardinals. By the way, Big Cat is Desai from Pardon My Take has Big Cat from Pardon My Take is gonna sign a shitload of free agents. He just doesn't know what he's gonna do with all that money afterwards. Probably spend it on a bunch of hookers and a pizza party. Okay. Well, I'm not kidding around. Big Cat likes to spend his money wisely, but he doesn't like to leave his money laying around when he likes to do it. He likes to spend his money on certain things because he's the new Bears owner and he doesn't give a shit. Him and PFT are the new Bears owners. So what was I on now? Cardinals? Nah. Mike McDaniel. What does he want? Well, the Dolphins are good. They just need. I just think they need like. Okay, they got Tulu and they got Skyler under. So I got to write Miami. Team needs. This is how I do it. Team needs, because that GMs do that in real life, but they do it on like a board. They do it with a bunch of boards and stuff. I know how they do it because I've seen it before on like draft boards and stuff like that. I know how it works and stuff like that. I've never been in a war room before, but I've talked to people about it before. Just can't say who they are and stuff, but um obviously, but yeah. So Miami quarterback. So the reason I say quarterback is because they need a like backup quarterback, not a starter quarterback. So that's what I. Ooh, they Miami doesn't have cap, so that means I'm gonna have to circle around money on the team to see if they can get free agents on the team. So they need two running backs. Who uses fullbacks these days? But they have Alec Ingold. The good dude's actually from Green Bay too, so we should have signed him. But they got Tyreek Hill, so they got 3, 4, 5. They just need a six wideout, probably just a young role player or whatever. They don't need a starter. Role players are always good. They're set on tight ends. They don't need that many tight ends. They just need a backup left guard. Oh, line is not. What am I gonna get for Liam Albert? Probably not that much. I gotta do a realistic trade here. Okay, well let me look at see what we have for Exeter. You don't have an offensive line, but what can I give up for Liam Alberg? What do you have? Injured, injured, injured. All right. Could Keon, I'm sorry, you're getting traded. This is a business. This isn't anybody fucking around with you because you want to stay on this team. I'm going to trade you and I'm going to send Leon Allenberg because he cannot block and he can't do anything. What do you have for me? We need a left guard. Somebody that can block. I'd be dumb enough to do this, but nobody's going to accept this. Somebody needs a corner, and I just need the Dolphins to find a suit. Cowboys aren't going to do that. Something that makes sense. Now I'm thinking of like a real GM here. Nobody, and it's got to be realistic because Patriots are not going to give up Cole Strain. There's no way. David Edwards, Rams won't do that. No, no. Steelers might do that one because they're backup. I'm gonna go Steelers. They'll probably do that. Leon Enberg was the boss, so yeah, Steelers will probably do that one. They just need line help. So they got Kendrick Green as future starter. They got, and he's young too. He's 24, so he might help. I got center. I just gotta make sure I got covered. So they need a backup right guard. Are we still sold on this dude? Like, freaking right tackle? Like, I know, like, I look at players, but are the Dolphins still sold on this dude? A right tackle that was drafted. Austin, I knew it. He's freaking 3 years in the league and he hasn't done shit. He's a bust. Usually at that magnitude, when you draft somebody in the first round, but you know he's not going to work out after 3 years because he can't fucking block, and he's on a good team, usually, like, you just cut him. Like, there's no... I don't know what I would do. I just keep him till his contract runs out and let him go. I won't sign him again. Somebody will, but... Okay, back up DN, backup defensive tackle. Bradley Chubb, they need an outside linebacker on the left side, which is because if Chubb gets hurt, then you're fucked, basically. They need an inside linebacker. Oh, Jalen Phillips. Miami is just no good training staff. I wish they had all the coordinators in the game. This is what Madden needs to do next year. Is like This is what they really, really need. So back in Madden 12, I don't get me wrong, Madden 23 is very, very good this year. I love it. It's a good game. But this is what they need for Madden 24 and beyond. Real coordinator. Okay, sorry. My controller disconnected. But as I was saying, I was saying like this is what they need for Madden 24 and beyond. We need like we need like real coordinators in the game. Like Madden 12. I don't know. A lot of you younger kids don't remember, but Madden 12 actually in Madden 07, I have Madden 07 on PS2, and I don't have PS2, but I have the game, and I have Madden. I used to play Madden 12 all the time. I would never stop playing that game. And on Madden 12 in franchise, you could actually use like they had the real coordinators names and stuff. You could hire a quarterbacks coach to be your head coach if you wanted to. You could hire Mike Zimmer to be your next head coach, but it wouldn't even say their faces. It wouldn't even have their faces. It would say like it would have a blank face and would just say their name. So I'm wondering if EA in the future is just going to do like they're going to start putting the real coordinators' names now that the NCAA games are going to be back. So that's because NCAA 24 is not this year, but next year is going to be NCAA 24 next year will be out. So we're going to have all the college football teams. I think that's when they're going to probably make it. We'll have real coordinators in finally instead of these fake ones. The fake ones is fine for now. I don't mind it. It's kind of annoying that you can't edit their names and put the real coordinators in there, but it's a fine experience. I like that we actually have coordinators in there, but there's one thing I would like them to do is put the coordinators actually on the field, actually on the sidelines, I should say, instead of having them be blanked out of the game. That would actually be cool, EA, if you could do that. So I was just saying, like, we gotta have real coordinators in the game because that would make the game realistic. And like, I was thinking, like, so back in the early like Madden 12, Madden 11, we would have like a pregame show, like Fran Charles or something. We would talk about like stats around the NFL, standings, a playoff picture, and stuff like that. We gotta have that come back. Or the Tony Bruno show that was in Man 07. I remember that. That was the funnest. Like it was like a radio show. It was the coolest thing ever to have in Madden. We gotta have features from Man 07 come back in like the new Maddens. I think they're trying to do that. EA's trying to do that, and we need to have stuff like that come back in the new Maddens, and I think that's what they're trying to do. It's just like it's hard on this new console technology to do. People don't understand. So I get what Ryan Mooney's trying to say. He's bashing Madden all the time and all that. He's calling out Madden. I'm not bashing him. I'm just saying I don't think he gets the point of like it's hard to make on that technology. Like we don't have enough we don't have enough gigabytes to put on that technology of like what the old because the PS2 was like on memory cards. Ryan Mooney's a YouTuber, so if he calls me out on this video, I don't really care. I'm sorry, Ryan Mooney, but I know you're bashing Madden all the time, but I enjoy Madden. I really don't care if you call me out on this video, so I really don't care. But I'm just living life and playing Madden. I enjoy the game, but I'm just saying on my point that if you this is my live stream. So if they do put radio show like Tony Bruno show back in the game, that would be sick. Like having him talk about like the week, like how the NFL players going. Like Tyreek Hill breaks the NFL record for receiving touchdowns, receiving yards, and then a fan calls in, like talks about the game and stuff. Go back and listen to the Tony Bruno show on Man 07 or Man 06, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's really cool. So I used to play that a lot back in my when I was really young. I would play Man 07, Man 06, listen to Tony Bruno show a lot. I would throw like a slant routes over the middle with like Favre and Rogers was really young. He didn't do very good in those games. But when Favre was in that game, I would play with Favre and run the ball with Mon Green and stuff like that. So it was fun. It was a fun game back then. That was one of the best Maddens they ever made. But then when it hit the next gen consoles, it sucked. After that, it sucked. So Madden went downhill for a while over the last like 15 years. Then Madden 23, it's back to its glory days. So I'm just giving EA some ideas. I hope they see this video, but they probably won't. I'll probably make a wish list video in the future or something for Madden 23, 24 or something. It's too early. Probably like March or something. But I got to get back at this. Madden is one of the best like football series, but again, NCAA is coming back, so I'm jacked for that. But we have to wait another year, so that's what sucks. All right, so what were we at? Like, Dolphins have enough corners. I do think this guy can't cover though. Anthony Chelsea. I do not like cutting players. That's the thing about if you are doing front office stuff, you don't like to cut players because that's why front office people don't have a personal relationship with the players because they can't. Because if they do, they would have to. They can't be friends with the players. They cut the players. That got enough corners. Mitch. So I really think this guy has potential. Not ratings for me don't matter because I see players that have really good potential. Like I knew Greg Gaines was going to be good, and his rating was 63 last year. It went up to 75 this year. I knew he was going to be good. So you just look at players. You look at the ratings. Everybody thinks they're garbage ratings. Then their ratings go up, and you just give them a chance, and they play. So they need a backup safety, so not a starter. But if Brandon Jones keeps getting hurt, he may not be starting anymore. I'm gonna look towards the draft probably for the Dolphins. Mike McDaniels might wanna. Ooh, is he good enough to be a punter? Well, he's got 92 kick power, 61 kick accuracy. Ugh. Might want to get a different punter, Dolphins. You got 2 first rounders, a second rounder, a third rounder, a fifth rounder, a seventh rounder. That's good enough for the draft. I don't think you need any more draft picks. You do need to build around free agency. I do like to include different conversations in my live streams, so sorry if I get off topic. It's part of the live stream that I do. So if I have a wish list on EA, that's what I do. Next team that we're doing will be I do Houston. Deshaun Watson, as far as I know, will never be signed by a team unless it's Minnesota. I did release myself from Minnesota. I got rid of Minnesota out of my league, so I wouldn't be surprised if they signed Deshaun Watson. I don't care. Frankly, I don't care. So, where am I now? Brandon Staley, LA Chargers. You know what? I would like to move the Chargers back to San Diego in this franchise. That would be a good. That would be make it more right for the Chargers fans because they don't like being in LA. I think they would appreciate that more. I'll have to do that next season, but Brandon Staley is staying as a head coach until I feel like he's not fit to be a head coach yet. 2 backup quarterbacks, Chargers. I do not like these Chargers. These Chargers for the PlayStation controllers, when they wrap around your freaking buck when you're trying to do free agency work. Oh, they're stacked on running backs. They don't need any running back. Let's see. 4 wideouts. 4 wideouts. They could add 2 bench players if they want to. I don't know what the free agent class looks like, so they're good on tight ends. They don't need any. They do need a left guard, though. I wish I would be dumb enough to cut Corey Linsley, but that wouldn't be realistic because Chargers would never do that. Two right ends, which is D ends. That's the position terminology. If EA would know how to use it right, they need a defensive lineman, not a defensive tackle. EA. I just love how EA doesn't use the right terminology. I'll agree with that on Ryan Mooney, but he still bashes EA like he hates them with all his power. Okay, they're pretty set on middle linebacker. I think you got to give these young guys a shot because this guy's got 84 speed acceleration. I think speed, I believe in acceleration. If he's fast off the edge, then you can give him the advantage. So I like to give young guys experience a little bit because they're mentors and stuff. Like this guy's like a bridge player. You give him a mentor. I really thought Kenneth Murray, if you give him a little bit more playing time over Drew, he'll do a lot better. Khalil Mack, you gotta keep Chris. He's good. Oh, Ladarius, man, I hate to do it, man. I gotta cut you. I hate to do it. You're just not working out with us. I hate to do it. Khalil Mack, you stay. We robbed the Bears of a good trade. JC, you're gonna stay. Bryce, you're gonna stay. Sante Samuel, dude. I can't believe we didn't draft Eric Hugh over to Eric Stokes. The Packers worked him out, and we didn't draft him. We should have drafted him. He's better than Eric Stokes by far, by a mile. Okay, so these guys are all young. I don't want to cut them because they're all young. They all have potential. This is Herb Abiley's nephew. If anybody doesn't know, this is Herb Abiley's nephew. He plays for the Chargers because you know how he plays for the Chargers. The offensive coordinator for the Chargers is Joe Lombardi, and Herb Abiley's coach was Vince Lombardi, and Joe Lombardi is Vince Lombardi's grandson. That's how I know. Yeah, I know a lot of football because I study a lot of football. But Vince Lombardi coaches Herb Abiley's nephew, so that's a football connection. Lombardi, Herb Abiley. Abiley, Lombardi again. So that's like connection. So I wanted to point that out too. So I don't know if anybody knew that. That's a connection. So if Packers actually tried to look at him, he'd be a good fit for the Packers because he'd be playing for a team that his family played for. So I think if people actually understood more stuff, he'd be good, like a kind of a Darnell Savage. I told you people, ratings don't matter. You play the player and give him a shot, and he'll actually do good. You got to play him and give him a shot, and it might actually matter. I am not a fan of ratings. I don't like the rating system in EA. I think they should just get rid of it. I think it's stupid. You give the guy a shot and see what he's going to do. If he doesn't do anything, get rid of him. I like I like playing the coach's role and the GM role because it's realistic. I do not like the ratings. I hate. See, these ratings are fine, but the overall rating, I do not like. I think they should get rid of it overall. Like if you're having 86 speed and 84, I agree with Pat McAfee. I hate Madden ratings. I do not like it. I think they should drop the 69 the overall rating. They do not need ratings in the game. Wouldn't it be cool if they could figure out a way to get around ratings so we don't have to deal with, like, say you cut a 58 overall player and he ends up being a Hall of Famer. Like, that's a way I would like to work around just picking up somebody and he turns out to be a Hall of Famer. I want to work around that, you know? What if I cut Jordan Love and he turns up be Pat Mahomes, you know? In real life, the Packers could do that this year. They could cut Jordan Love or trade him, and he could be a Pat Mahomes. That's why I don't like ratings. I've never liked ratings because I don't like cutting people and then figuring out that they're going to go to a different team. Just like examples like this. We cut Micah Hyde. He goes to the Bills. He ends up being really, really good. We cut Casey Hayward. He goes to... Where did he go to? He went to the Chargers. He ends up being good. We cut Josh Sitton. He ends up going to the Bears. He ends up being good. We cut T.J. Lang. We cut all these good players. They end up being good. Their ratings are good, but they end up being really good. What's up with that? Now, the ratings were high, but still, you can't tell if the ratings are going to be good the next year. That's why I'm trying to put a point across. Ratings don't matter because they're not real in real life, so you can't matter. That's why I'm trying to put a point across EA. Like, they don't matter. They don't matter in real life because there's no ratings stuck on that player while they're playing on the TV. You can't tell if Aaron Rodgers has an 87 overall rating on the TV in real life. It's not stuck to his helmet. I'm just trying to point that across. Ratings are not real in real life. They're in the game because EA decides to put them in the game for attention. So the players get pissed off and they're like, "Oh, I want my rating to be 98 because I'm better than that," and then they get pissed off at EA. I've never like the reason they do it in sports games is because they scout. They have to do it because there's no way to tell if the player's good or not. I wish there was a way to work around ratings because I don't like them. Simple as that. You could find a way to do it. It's probably never going to happen though because you can't tell. In real life, you can't tell. You can tell yourself that you're good and still be good. So I'm on Patriots now. Tim Tebow is the head coach because no Bill Belichick. Still, EA hasn't fixed that problem. I wish they would by putting head coach, but I know why Bill Belichick isn't in the game. He's not He's not part of the NFLPA. NFL Coaches Association, not NFLPA. That's Players Association. He's not part of the NFL Coaches Association. He's never been part of the NFL Coaches Association, and he probably will never be. So that's why he's not in an NFL game. He never will be. So you can't be Bill Belichick. I wish he would be put in the game. Maybe after he retires he will be, but he won't. They won't put him in the game. So you got to use custom coaches, which is stupid. Let's see. What did Mac Jones do this year that was so great for the Patriots when he didn't do shit for them? I would like to trade for Mackie Jones, but I'm not giving up J-Love for him. 40 touchdowns. He didn't throw that many this year. Mr. Jones, you didn't throw that many this year. I gotta talk to you and tone it down, sir. If you don't throw less touchdowns, I will bench your ass for Johnny Manziel, and then I'll make sure you'll be making Gatorade for the whole team. I think running backs are good on here. Pierce Strong has to get a shot. See, I I re-signed Ty Montgomery because if you put him at fullback, who the fuck uses fullbacks these days, though? He's a wide receiver, he's a running back, he's a fullback, and he could play quarterback if I test him at. Here, let's see. Could we put Ty Montgomery at quarterback? He's 216, 6'6". Let's try. I've seen PJ Walker do it, but I've never seen a running back try a quarterback. You got a 12 rating. Ty, you're not gonna make it at quarterback, but just go back at running back, dude. You know, PJ Walker is making himself in this league. Zappy Meal and Mackie Jones will thrive as a duo. They just don't like each other because Bailey just does not like staring at the camera with that bullshit drunk look. He looks like he's had about 20 beers in before the night before he took a picture. And Mackie Jones is probably just really stoned in that picture. He's probably just like, yeah, I'm gonna take a photo before I'll go on the practice field and throw some dimes. Damon Harris is an animal, but Ramon, I don't know where he came from. I came from Oklahoma. I just want a chance, coach. I just want a chance. I'll give you one. But we got to say a prayer. Every time we are on the field. Yes, Tebow. That's why we love you, Tim Tebow. You're our best chance to win. 3, 4, 5. They have 5 wideouts, so we need one more. I think they'll sign one in free agency. They got three tight ends, so they're good. Maximum 3 tight ends. So a backup left tackle. Trent Brown's good enough to be starter. He's always been good. Cole Strang. I can't believe Sean McVay bashed this pick. They drafted him in the 3rd round or something no, 1st round. Did they get him in the 1st? I can't remember. It was probably the 1st. Bill Belichick. I just can't believe EA can't come up with agreement with Bill Belichick and put him in the game. He doesn't want to be in the game, though. He doesn't know what video games are. You could probably put Bill Belichick in a rugby game, and he still won't even know what the fuck that is. Right guard. Yeah, Pat's offensive line is good. They just don't have the experience. Christian Baymore, they got to keep him. Let's say a third D tackle. They're probably a middle linebacker, a 4th middle linebacker. Ooh, they're pretty set at corner. I think they're done at. Yeah, they're packed at defensive backfields and corners, safeties, and they got a lot of picks too. All right, so New England's done. I don't know what I got. Maybe the Jets next. I hope I'm almost done with this. Arthur Smith. Marcus Mariota, yeah. Franks, you cannot throw. Last time I saw you threw 5 picks when I used you, so I'm cutting you. Atlanta. The best advice I can give Atlanta is improve your team. You don't have the talent like you did with that Super Bowl team that was 28-3? The joke, 28-3? Ah, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings, Falcons fans? I hope not. There ain't no Falcon fans watch. Give Ritter a chance. I mean, he could probably throw the ball. But Mariota, I threw. So I simmed the rest of the year. So I was like in like week 7, and I was like, I want to get through this. And then Mariota threw 30 TDs, 16. So I mean, he was doing good. I'll probably do like one more year with Mariota. If he can't get it together the next year, then I'll cut him. But I don't want to like go that fast in the 2020 season. Who uses fullbacks these days? I got Hamler in a trade and Julio Jones in a trade. So Julio's back with the Falcons. Coming home, Julio. You're back with the Falcons. And your number is going to be 11 again, dog. So they are going to play with Julio again. And Zach, he's a beast too. Is it Zamis, whatever? Cut Hightower. Dude's going to sit on the bench and not play a damn snap. Got to keep some of these younger guys, though. Learn from Julio. Cut this guy. He's 32 overall. Sign a backup tight end. Jake Matthews is really good. He's Clay Matthews' cousin, so that's he's been in the league for 9 years. He's been around since Clay's 5th year or so. I don't know. I would have to look at it. They got a solid line. I don't know that they need to build it up. I'd probably give that center maybe one more year, and if he can't do anything, then probably draft another center. Shit. Doesn't have the speed off the edge. I see 75 and 79. So if you don't have that speed off the edge, then you just let the dude go. He's not worth it. And they just don't. I mean, 64, 63, you don't have the speed off the edge. You keep the other dude for, like, role player backup. Yeah, they're going to have to sign some free agents. The guys I'd say keep all of them. Cut. He's 30. Probably doesn't have much left in the tank. Usually if I know that if you're good, you're going to stay. If you don't have much left in the tank, you're going to get cut. And if you owe a lot of money, I'm not going to keep you, depending on the cap situation. Like Alonzo Carter, he's still good in his prime, so he could still get it done. But there's other teams that still need, so they may pick up those free agents. They don't have a lot of draft picks either, so they could pick up some. Next team. I think next team will have to. I think it's. I didn't see it, but I'll have to scroll down and see what next team it is. The Giants. They're gonna keep Danny Jones. I give him one more year. He doesn't do anything after that. I'll release him after that, or let his contract run down. Giants have to be that stupid from passing down on a QB though. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I think he's overrated. Let's see what he did. How can you give him a 77 overall rating when his throw power is not that good? And we're like, how? I mean, like he's got a good coach. I'll give him that, but 31 touchdown at 96.5 pass rating. Let's see his completion percent, 62. Okay, well, he didn't have a good coach for 3 years, but he has a good coach now. I'm still going to rate that passer rating low because it's not good. But he's improving. I'll give him that, but I'm still not sold on Daniels. Let's look at the season stats. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. 1 touchdown. Okay. Why? It's just he sucks. He can't throw the ball. Look at that Giants, and you still think he's a good quarterback. I just think the Giants are making a mistake. I'm just gonna. But it's the Giants. Who cares? Wendell Robinson. Give him a boost rating. He completely tore his ACL, so he's out for the entire year, or till next year. I think Wendell could be a starter. What do? You cut Ricky James. I don't know. You keep Ricky James just in case. I would not cut Ricky James. You keep all of them on the roster. Get a tight end, Giants. Cut this guy. He owes $1 million on the cap. I just keep these younger guys. 2 centers. If you're the Giants, I would cut this right guard if you owe $8 million on that cap. This is the trick to do it. You cut their signing bonus down on there, and then it builds up on the cap money. So then you go 2.7 and you cut them. That's how I do it. Jeez, they are not good at middle linebacker. I would say improve that position. If you want to compete and not give up a ton of yards, then you improve that position. Keep all of them. Keep all your linebackers. This guy cannot cover, so I would say cut him. I already see his stats. Plus, he's 6 years in. He's 28. You cut him. I already seen what he can do. He can't cover. 26. Cut. Keep. Cut. A punter. That's good to know. Giants have some decent draft picks. I'll go with that. So Giants are done. I gotta see the combine results on this. So do they have who ran the fastest physicals? 4.82 on the 40. Who's the fastest on, like, I want to see. I suppose Will Anderson Jr. ran the 40-yard. He's elite, so 4.5 seconds, 4.57 seconds, 24 reps, 3.64, 10, 1 board jump. So he's the fastest on there. I wish you could actually do the combine. That would be awesome. They did that in the past EA games. How much we got left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 teams left. Lions. Two backup QBs. A backup running back. Jameson Williams is going to be playing. I think they're set on wideout. They don't need anymore. Cephas, you need a better opportunity somewhere else, buddy. Else you're not going to get any playing time. And you're in your final year, so. Jesus, they pay that guy $7 million. Terrible. Find a different right guard, Lions. I would get rid of him. He's not that worth that much money. Cut him. They're good on DNs. I think you could probably play Julian ahead of Romeo because he's got speed acceleration off the edge. to the Jets. What do they need? Quarterback, obviously. Because everybody that goes there never succeeds. Well, I'm going to change that. They're a good team. Robert Saleh is a good coach. They just need a damn quarterback. They either draft someone or they bring somebody in. And there's Brees Hall is a good running back. James, I don't know why they would trade for James Robinson. Really don't. Who really needs fullbacks these days? What if Tom Brady went to the Jets? Would he suck there too? I don't think so. I think Tom Brady would probably take him to the Super Bowl. What if that's what's going to happen? Tom Brady goes to the Jets this year. Robert Saleh recruits him to the Jets. Tom Brady ain't going to the Vegas Raiders. That was just a rumor. Tom Brady's going to the Jets. Jeez. I thought their line was better than that, but their line is getting worse. The Indianapolis Colts need a quarterback and they need an offensive line, and their team is good enough to win a Super Bowl. That's what Jim Irsay needs to do, is get a quarterback and an offensive line. Their defense is fine. They could probably win a Super Bowl with it. But they constantly just keep making terrible decisions in the front office. I've never seen it. The Indianapolis Colts in my decade, the last decade, make shitty decisions. When Peyton Manning was playing, they were not making decisions like that. They were constantly being consistent like they were, but in this era, they've been so shitty the last decade. I've never seen it like that. They need to get back to being Colts football again. I would like to see it. Indianapolis being Indianapolis Colts football. I hope they become the Colts again because I miss it. I miss seeing it being the Colts. Miss seeing them being a fun Colts team. Even though some people don't want it, I actually want the Indianapolis Colts to return because it kind of sucks that they're not the Colts like they were. So, but because Peyton Manning was fun to watch, he was a fun quarterback to watch, and I mean, some people don't like Peyton Manning, but I I actually liked him. So, but see what I need now. Baltimore Ravens. I'm now the head coach of the Ravens in my fantasy. My fantasy league. Not my fantasy league, but my offline league. Team needs free agent. Too bad. Oh, they lost Huntley. We gotta pick him up or find a solid backup. Find a receiver. Actually, yeah, they need a receiver. Two left guards. A corner, obviously. Since we're gonna rally around Lamar Jackson, try to win a Super Bowl for me. Just so you know, I traded Ryan Tannehill to the Buccaneers and got a draft pick out of him, and Mike Evans. I sent Mike Evans to the Titans, so he's no longer on the Buccaneers. But Allen, I think Allen. Yeah, Robert Woods was sent to in that trade. Shit. Todd Bowles was just a terrible coach. Like, he can't. I know his career record. It's not good. Like, it was like 34 and like 61. It's not good. His career per winning percentage is not good. Nothing against him. It's not good. It's not good. Look it up. His career winning percentage is not good. I know like what coaching is. I know. I've been around football my whole life. It's not good. So Buccaneers, I wouldn't be surprised if they hire a new head coach next season. Brian Leftwich is a better head coach than Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is a better defensive coordinator. Todd Bowles is better off being a defensive coordinator, and then Brian Leftwich making the switch to head coach from offensive coordinator to head coach. That's my suggestion for the Buccaneers next season. Then they could probably go back to winning a Super Bowl again under that offense. I don't know why they would have just hired Brian Leftwich this season. That would have been a better like fit for them. But they took their chances and hired Todd Bowles. Brian Leftwich would have been a better fit. I don't know why they wouldn't gave him the job. But that's Tampa Bay. They give everybody second chances. Todd Bowles, they're literally 8-8 right now with Tom Brady, and he can't even win other games. Like, he can't. He's barely. He's under 500. I mean, he's a 500, 8-8 right now. They could be like 14 and they could be 14-2 right now with Brian Leftwich. He's that good of an offensive coordinator. He was a quarterback in the NFL. I know. I remember him. He played for the Jaguars and the Buccaneers for I think played for the Steelers too, but for a couple of years too, but didn't play that much. But he was a good quarterback, and now he's an offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he's gonna be a good head coach. I know he is. He's very offensive minded. He learned from Bruce Arians, and then he learned from a lot of head coaches. He's very offensive minded, so he's a good head coach, and I think he'd be a good fit for Tampa Bay. So I just know he's worked his way up to the system from Tampa Bay. I learn a lot of my coaching from a lot of my high school coaches, so from DeSoto. So I just pick up football a lot from them, and learning football from like NFL and college and high school and stuff like that, and just playing a lot of Madden and stuff like that. I pick up a lot of plays from that. So I just try to, and then I just pick up a lot of front office stuff by just practicing on Madden and stuff like that, and just keep doing it and stuff like that, and writing it on paper. I love doing it. I love doing it. It's really fun. So that's what I do. That's why I do a 32 team league, but I'm doing 31 now because I left out Minnesota. So cause it's not my favorite team. So I just do this because I love it. It's my passion. Doing front office stuff and doing sports and I love it. We're on Seattle, so they need two backup QBs under Geno, and I let uh, Rashad Penny go, so they have to sign a running back. Well, they got Metcalf. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I usually count a 6 wide out for a backup. They got 2 tight ends that are really reliable too. And one more team after this, and we can start signing free agents. Kind of roasting here. I might put on my Packers shirt or something. Two middle linebackers. So they got one, two, three, four. They got four reliable corners. They got some young guys under there. I don't think they need to switch that up. Just a backup safety, a kicker, and that should be good for Seattle. They're ready to sign some free agents. One more team after this, and then let's get to signing. I gotta do one more thing after this. It's roast. It is. I'm roasting. So, Scott Tozine is the new head coach for the Dallas Cowboys since I fired McCarthy. McCarthy is now the head coach of the Denver Broncos since Nathaniel Hackett got fired. I switched up some coaches for my league. Cowboys. Does it mean Dallas is going to win a Super Bowl? No. But it just means I make my league however I want it. They lost Tony Pollard, so they're going to have to figure that out themselves. They have 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're stacked at wideout. They need a tight end. They lost Dalton Schultz. They're good at left tackle. They need a left guard. Right guard. Okay, we're good. We're done filling out team needs. On to free agency. What are the general managers thinking? I'll be right back with a short break. For now, I'm going to call up some GMs. Not really, but I'm going to. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I was roasting in here, so decided to put my Packers shirt on. I don't want, when you're roasting, you want to put a t-shirt on. But all right, let's get some signing done by some free. I got a folder full of papers, of free agent papers. Now that I can look at them and see what we need for all the teams. Green Bay gets first dibs because they're the Packers. They get first dibs. I think I got LaFleur. What are you going to sign? Because this is a lot different free agent signings. We got $28.1 million in cap. Let me look at. I want to look at. I'm gonna move my camera. Move my camera up here. Now that I don't like you, Deshaun Watson, you're not going to Green Bay. But I am gonna look at depth in every position for every position because Carr. We don't need Carr. That's the thing. We don't need him. We don't need him. We don't need him. But Devontae wants Carr to come. And Carr ain't going to come to Green Bay. Is he going to really come to Green Bay? He had 9 glorified seasons in Las Vegas and 1 Pro Bowl. Carr. Is Carr really fit to come to Green Bay? Baker, I'm not signing you. I think Carr's going to Indy. That would be his choice. Devontae, man. Devontae, we're going to sign you. That means I have to circle around cap on the team if we're going to sign Devontae Adams. Okay. What can I do, Aaron Jones? Can I give you half your contract to circle around money to enable to sign? I'm gonna cut it down to 5 million or 3 million. That's how much I'm gonna give you. Christian Watson, no. I just paid Dan Arnold. Okay. I'm gonna circle some money on this team and see what I can do for free agents. Some of them I'm gonna get drafted. Dan Arnold, I'm gonna circle your contract on 2 million, even though I paid you. That's about how much you're worth. Alton, I just paid you, bro. Okay. It would make a lot of sense to just cut Kyle Long. Let's just do that. We don't need him. We have John Ranu on the offensive line. Let's just cut Kyle Long. Kenny Clark, even though he deserves it, I'm gonna circle around money. I hate doing this, but there's only a way to do this to enable to sign free agents. Quay deserves his money. Jair deserves his money. Damn. Is there any way I can... Amos, you're in your last contract deal. I guess I could push your money down a little bit. You're on the tag, so I could push your money down a little bit. You're on a $5 million deal. That should be enough, because I'm gonna get some... If we want to get a few dudes in free agency. Devontae, you're coming home. Here's what I want, Devontae. You to come back to the Packers. I want 1 receiver. And then I'm going to look at the tight ends in the draft and see what we have for... look and see what's there out there for if I recognize any tight ends for the draft, because there are also prospects. We are not taking a quarterback in the draft. We don't need one. Don't need a running back. Even though I know Zach Evans is going to be good. Chris Rodriguez will be good. Josh Porter will probably be an undrafted guy that someone will discover that will be really good. Isaiah Davis could be good. Tyler Fox could be good. Zay Flowers, he's been on my board for 2 years. Raheem Jarrett's been on my board for 2 years. All them guys have been on my board. Rodney, I wonder if Christian Driver's in this draft class. Tight ends, Michael Mayer, Sam Laporta. Get a good tight end in the draft. Broderick Jones. Zion Nelson's been on my draft board. I'm going to just mark all the prospects that I want on my draft board. Even if it's quarterbacks, because I know who some of them are. Bo Nix. Will Levis. Cameron Luda. He's been on my board for a while. Cade Stover. Nick Broker, I know who he is. He'll be good. Jarrett Patterson. Dawad Jones. Zach Zinter. Matthew Jones. Zion Nelson, he's been really on my board for a while, a couple of years. Isaiah Fossley, he's been on my board. This guy's been on my board. This guy, Brian Young, Ellie, Li, Ole, Xavier Thomas. You gotta look in the prospects. I got a really good website. You look in these prospects. Miles Murphy is the best prospect in the draft this year. Zach Harrison's been on my board for a couple of years. KJ Henry. I recently started looking at his draft. He's very underrated. Tyler Davis. Benton from Wisconsin. DJ Dale. I recognize him. Corey Massey. Trenton Simpson. Recognize him. Drew Sanders. Will McDonald, the fourth. Drake Thomas. Wilbert Beal Jr. Brock Martin. Jamar Queen. I think that's Robert Quinn. Noah Swell. I know who he is. Any player that I mark, I've heard of. Owen Peppo, he's on my board. He's been on my board for a couple seasons. Noah Daniels. He's been on my board for a while. Noah Daniels has been pretty consistent. Riley Moss, I haven't heard of him, but he looks like he could be a pretty good player. Cameron Mitchell. Brandon Joseph. Jameer Brown. Trey Dean. I'll show you a good safety. It's between Brian Brantz and Jordan Battle. Jordan Battle is probably one of the best safeties in the draft, I think. And if Green Bay could get him this upcoming year in the draft, that would be huge. If Amos doesn't stay, then that's definitely Green Bay's replacement, Jordan Battle. Or Tyreek Smith. Tyreek Smith would be a good one, too. I gotta figure out what I was on now. Wide receiver. Just gonna get a tight end in the draft. Center. Taylor Leon. You're interested. Cool. Let's sign you. I'm going to give you a 2-year. Wisconsin boy, why won't you sign with us? He's not interested. That's okay. As I need players that are gonna be interested in me, not players that don't. Dean Lowry, I do. Ugh. Center, close to home. Is this guy actually from Wisconsin? This guy's from Wisconsin. No income tax. He's from Wisconsin. No income tax. Team has a franchise. Well, I don't think it. Michael Dieter. I guess yeah. You are cheap, so I'll take that. Not the center I wanted, but he's really cheap. Right, and Jason Pierre-Paul. You could be a really good role player. Let me see what I gotta see what's out there though. Not a good fit. Taco Carling. Oh. Let's. Sheldon Richardson. No, everybody. I just cut him off the Jets, I think. No, it was the Seahawks. Yeah, so there's no one. Knowing it's a DN, I'm going to go with Pierre Paul. Pierre Paul actually wants to play for the Packers, so it's fine. I got to look at the needs, though, because I don't know if I want to pay him and then look at my D-tackle situation. Sheldon Rankins. He's not enough speed off the edge. Anthony Barr actually wants to play for Green Bay after the fact that he annihilated Aaron Rodgers that one time. Interesting. Vince Beagle. Close to home. Doesn't want to play for the Packers. I don't. I guess not. Doesn't want to play. Some players don't. Joe Schobert. A mutual. He's kind of interested, but he doesn't want to play. Outside. We have one guy that's very interested because we do need an outside linebacker. Andrew, I like it. Let's go ahead and sign Andrew. I think he'd be a good fit. But should I withdraw? I don't know because I want Schobert, but I'm not sure because I don't know if he'd be good at. He'd be cheaper. This guy's a lot better though because he'd be. Let me look over. Tackle. Yeah, I think Andrew would be a better fit. Micah Hyde. And then we got a chance to get Micah Hyde back. But he doesn't want. I could just get a linebacker in the draft. I want Micah Hyde back. Do we really? I got some. I got an idea. Let's get rid of Jabal Peppers. I could trade him for multiple draft picks. I'm not getting rid of Amos. I just traded for Jabal Peppers, but I want to get Micah Hyde, and I'll get Andrew Glenn Blank guy. Jabal, I like. He's so young though. Well, Micah Hyde's just so better. So better. Who wants Jabal Peppers? Cardinals, do you have? Chiefs. Give me your 28th pick. And I'll swap it with a second rounder. Now I'm going to proceed. Oh, I got to cut cap now. Damn it. All right. Alton Jenkins. I hate to do this, but I have to cut cap to get Micah and Andrew Clank, whatever the hell his name is. I hate to do this, Alton. I have to do it though. I have to do it because I need Micah Hyde. I need Micah Hyde to return to the Packers in order to build this Super Bowl team that I'm about to build. I hate to do this, but I am destined to do this. The clear cap. Who else can I do this to? Yeah, in order to do this to make money, in order to build a Super Bowl team, you have to do this. But don't do it to the rookies. I'll still get mad. Just do it to the veteran players because they won't say anything. I already did it to Kenny. Jalen Reed. I guess I could cut his cap down to like $5 million or something like that. I'll give you $3 million on that half, on that percentage on that contract. Jalen's just Quay, you got. I could probably cut your contract down a little bit. You did not. You played okay last year, but I'm gonna circle the money down a little bit. I don't necessarily think you're a bad player. I just think rookies somewhat deserve a little bit. And DeAndre Campbell, man, you're good, but I need to circle money around. So I'm gonna cut your contract down to $7 million for the most, so I can sign some free agents. You're still making the money you want, but you're not. They can't say shit in this game, so we're gonna try to sign Devontae, and then we're gonna sign Micah Hyde. We still got $9 million. Please, Micah Hyde, come to Green Bay. Micah Hyde, and then if we can get him, or I think just Joe Schobert, if we have enough money, or I think the answer would be Joe Schobert. I don't have enough money for Van Glanklo, so Joe Schobert is the easy answer. Come to Green Bay and win a championship with us. Joe Schobert is going to be a Green Bay Packer. I don't have enough money for the outside linebacker. It means that Joe Schobert is probably going to be a Green Bay Packer. Maybe they should get, so the Chiefs should get players that fit this, are interested in going to Kansas City. They have to sign a backup QB. Kansas City, you need at least one QB on your roster. Matt Ryan, you could get some garbage time on Kansas City. Okay. Maybe drop that signing. Jameis Winston's going to Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin's system. Maybe he'll finally actually work in a system where he's can finally, it's a scheme fit system. And Carson Wentz is going to follow him too. click on that. How much cap do they have? I'm trying to figure that. Oh, 64 million. It's probably a good place for Deshaun Watson, the Washington football team. signed the wrong free agents. I had the wrong paper. Alright, so I'm gonna stop here, and I think I got about 20 minutes, but I'm gonna leave off here and pick it up tomorrow. Stuff gets tiring after a while, so pick it up tomorrow, and I'll pick some up tomorrow, and I'll do some World War Z tomorrow. Alright, hope. I know this one wasn't as enjoyable, so tomorrow I'll do some World War Z. So, peace.